What's up, guys? Scott here from Uncle Scott's Kitchen. Technically on Uncle Scott's back deck today. We're going to talk paella pans, specifically which is a good choice, a stainless steel or a carbon steel. Now, I've been using these paella pans for 2 years or so now, and they both produce delicious paella. Both made by Garcima, same size, same shape, 20-inch pans. And they both work nicely on my Garcima 20-inch paella burner. Now, as it goes in life, both have their strengths and weaknesses. Let's take a look at the pluses and minuses of each. At a high level, the big difference that jumps out at you when you compare these pans is the price. The stainless steel typically costs, and it changes, and there are always sales, but in general, this one costs 2 to 3 times, sometimes over 3 times as much as this one. I think I paid $100 more for this stainless steel paella pan than I paid for this pan. Now, does that make the carbon steel a screaming bargain? Now, from a value perspective, it is probably a better value, and the carbon steel seems to be the best seller over in Spain. That may be because it is a much cheaper pan and more people can afford them. Now, what do we know about carbon steel? What are the downsides? It's a reactive metal, and there's a lot more maintenance with the carbon steel as opposed to the stainless steel. For example, you cannot leave this pan wet. It needs to be cleaned, wash it, you need to dry it, and then you need to add protective oil. You're supposed to rub this pan with oil to prevent it from rusting. You can't leave it wet. When you make paella, it's often a kind of an event. Usually there are people on the deck, and there's it's almost like a party, and you don't necessarily want to stop after you serve your paella and do dishes immediately thereafter. Sometimes people will soak a pan, you get some stuck on stuff in there. If you were to soak this pan overnight, however, come back the next day, you could easily have some rust. So there's a lot more maintenance with the carbon steel. Also, the carbon steel is a reactive metal. And if you like to put tomatoes in your paella, they are acidic, and oftentimes, we say around here, don't cook acidic ingredients in a carbon steel skillet. For example, you would never want to make a slow simmered tomato sauce in a carbon steel pan on your stovetop. The tomatoes in paella are a little bit more diluted, and in Spain they don't seem to mind, but in general, if you use an acidic ingredient in a bare carbon steel pan, you are liable to get some metallic flavor in your food. Now, lots of people don't mind it, and some people, as crazy as this sounds, on some of the paella forums I've read that they actually like the flavor the pan gives to the paella. I'm not so sure about that myself. Now, the stainless steel benefit here is it's not going to rust, and there is very little maintenance involved. Just wash it, dry it. You don't have to rub it with oil, and you don't have to worry about cooking with acidic ingredients. And that's going to be really important if you like to add a lot of tomatoes to your paella. Downside, of course, is the cost. So if you are a value conscious paella pan shopper, maybe you're just looking to get started and don't want to invest a lot of money, and you don't mind a little more maintenance and perhaps a little bit more restrictive recipe choice with acidic ingredients, then the carbon steel is a great way to go. If money is not an issue and you got a little bit to spend on a paella pan, I would go with the stainless steel. There's less maintenance involved, and you can use a wider variety of ingredients, especially acidic ingredients. Can't go wrong with either. They both produce delicious paella. If I were being shipped to a deserted island and someone told me I could only take one paella pan with me, I would grab the stainless steel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time on Uncle Scott's Kitchen.